Welcome to Jesse's Game Review Tips and Strategy, and today I'm going to show you this amazing gunslinger build for the game Arcanum. For the character build, you can choose any character you like. I just decided to go with the halfling to get that bonus 5% chance to crit. Also, for my background, I chose the Raised by Orcs to get that bonus dexterity and bonus to perception. For the character in general, I put 2 points into perception and I put 3 points into firearms. I do not spend any gold and I start the game. Since Gunslinger is very weak at the beginning of the game, I skip all these enemies. I just make sure I grab the camera and I head to Shrouded Hill. Once I get into Shrouded Hill, the first thing I do is I sell the camera to get the extra 260 gold. That should bring my gold to around 600 plus gold. This will allow me to learn my firearm skills or apprentice firearms for 100 gold. Also, it will also allow me to learn the expert firearms for additional 500 gold by retalking to this doc. Once you give him the total of 600 gold, you can talk to him afterwards to do his quest. He will ask what type of reward you would like. You want to go with the tech. See, I am partial to the wave technology. That way you will get a revolver for completing the quest. Once you start the quest, you say I'm ready, I'm with you. You right click his name, you go to inventory, and you can get all your gold back, and you can also take his bullets. You can go inside the bank now. The enemies again are way too strong for you since you haven't leveled much anything and you don't have any weapons. I generally just run out and then go back to real time and just let the Doc and Virgil take the robbers out. Once this is complete, just go back to base turn and I can grab all the loot. I have a bunch of bullets, guns that you can loot to sell. They also have a human guard here that has a decent armor you can use. I generally give it to Virgil since it's one of the best armor you can get that's free at the beginning of the game. Once you complete this quest, again you get the revolver, which does 2 to 9 damage and has an attack speed of 8. It shows 13 because I got at least apprentice firearm, which increases your attack speed with firearms by +5. This is amazing because this is actually a pretty decent weapon for firearms, and I didn't have to spend any points into gunsmithing in order to get this weapon. I just completed the mines on the left side and I got the Bessie's Tunes boot, which I turned in so I can get the location of Tarrant. I'm about ready to leave Shrouded Hills, but before I do, I talked to the wise woman to buy a potion of haste. At level 2, I forgot to mention that I did level up my agility of fire spell. This will give me the chance to cast the spell on myself twice to give me +8 dexterity. I also drink the potion of agility or potion of haste to give me a bonus attack speed, and I go ahead and start my fight with these enemies. Do not be afraid when you attack them. As soon as you take one out, the enemies will run away and you rinse and repeat. Make sure you hold shift when you're clicking to ensure your character doesn't move when attacking. I get out Shrouded Hill and make my way to Tarrant. Once I arrive at Tarrant, I go ahead and I head all the way down to this guy right here. And I use my faith point into pickpocketing, and I use my pickpocketing skill to grab his weapon, the hand cannon. And this is an amazing weapon to have at this point of the game. It deals 5 to 35 damage and has attack speed of 8, which again brings me to 13 attack speed. And again, at this point of the game, this gun is extremely powerful, so what you want to do is save often because my firearm skill is not maxed out yet, and so that's what we're going to try to do next. We're going to try to get a couple levels just so I can learn to get more points into perception and get the next point into firearms so I can get higher accuracy, because I don't want to one-shot myself with this gun. I continued the main quest and eventually was able to talk to Gilbert Bates. I gained a couple levels since then. I put points into perception all the way up to 15, and I level 1 point into firearm. I head to the bottom right side of town to try to talk to the witch or the wise woman outside of town, because I want to start using my gold to stock up on some potion of haste and some potion of endurance in case I need it, and some potion in general. I do this a couple times and reset the days and talk to this person again just to buy and stock up on a few more potions. I get out of Tarrant and start heading to Vendigroth Waste. The location is actually above the water where the water line meets the land area. As you can see, it's right at that dot. If you click on that dot location and go there, there should be a bridge that you can cross. Go ahead and cross that bridge. And once you do, you want to click back on the world map, and then you want to click to the top right corner of the letter O on the map. Once I arrive at the Vendigroth ruins, I talk to Virgil. I tell him to wait for me just so I can actually get into the ruins and get through everything without having to worry about him dying. It's also a great idea to use your potion of haste if you have them now, and also use agility firearm yourself if you can. Click R, and that way you can go inside these ruins without having to fight all the enemies at the entrance. Here we can grab the gun, which is the first of 3 items that we're looking for. And here's the second item we're looking for out of 3. Here's the treasure chest for 1500 gold. And the last item, which is a schematic we can learn that will allow us to create the Warbringer. I make my way all the way back at the entrance, and right when I click out of the entrance, I press R to go into combat mode, and I click out as fast as I can to go away, because these opponents can actually stun lock you and destroy you. So once I'm able to run away from them, I go ahead and talk to Virgil where I left him to rejoin my group, and then I head back to Tarrant. Once I had arrived back to Tarrant, I make my way to the top left corner of Tarrant, or actually, yeah, top left corner of Tarrant, which is the University Court, and it's on the map right here, where it's the top left corner. And pretty much this place will have manuals you can buy for technology that will raise your expertise in technology. And since the schematics for the Warbringer requires us to have at least 70 points into gunsmithing, I decided to buy gunsmithing books and manuals, and I actually ended up buying 4. I couldn't afford these, and so I actually went back to Shrouded Hills and stole some money from Ristezi and made about 5,000 gold. Came back here and bought these manuals for 750 gold a piece. I have 4 of them right now, and basically each manual gives you 1 point of expertise based on your intelligence. So since I have 1 book will give me 8 intelligence, since I have 8 intelligence. And so right now I have 4 books, so 8 times 4, I have 32 expertise and gunsmithing. And so right now I'm making my way down to the wise woman so that I can actually buy a potion of intelligence. Once I do have the potion of intelligence, I can drink that, which will raise my intelligence by plus 10, giving me 18 intelligence. Now each of the manuals will provide 18 points. And so since I have 4, 18 times 4 will be 72 points into gunsmith expertise, which should allow me to create the Warbringer. However, sometimes the upgrades on the manuals don't work unless you drop the book and pick them up again. And so just to demonstrate, I'm going to go ahead and just buy the Essence of Intelligence. and I'm gonna drink that. And I think generally you can just drop these books, drink the Essence of Intelligence, and pick up the 4 books again. This will give me 72 expertise in gunsmithing, just to showcase that. You see 72. Now if I go to my schematics, I can build a Warbringer. I just need to get the inventory back from Virgil, and here it is, the Warbringer. If you check out the stats on this gun, it deals 20 to 40 damage and does 10 electric damage as well. So on average you'll do, I mean, for every attack you'll do events essentially 30 to 50 damage per attack, and its attack speed is 8, which is the same as the hand cannon. So you'll be doing 13 because of my +5 from my apprentice firearms. And so yeah, this weapon is crazy insane. I'm gonna showcase how strong this gun actually is, and you can see I one-shot through most of these enemies with a single bullet, and it's not even fair. It's like fishing with dynamites. And essentially I didn't show you, but I've used the rest of my points to level up my dexterity to get level 20 points into dexterity. It's maxed out at this time. My perception is still not maxed out, and it's something I have to do next, but I wanted to wait because inside the Black Mountain Mines there is a headpiece you can get in this place that gives you a +2 to perception, and then from there I only have to put 1 point into perception to be able to get 18 perception to level up my firearms to my max level. I do like this gun because of the fact that it does high base damage, so I don't get no random 5 damage or random 6 damage. I get at least 20 to 30 damage, up to 50 damage, and it's pretty awesome too, because like when you're fighting golems seems to be the most difficult enemies I fight, just because I always have a hard time hitting them. But with this gun, once I do hit them, it actually does electric damage as well as physical damage, so that actually does help me with my DPS when I'm fighting against golems as well as these granite rats. However you level your character at this point of the game going forward is totally up to you, and I just wanted to give you a base level of, you know, just how to start the game with the gunslinger, because it's very difficult playing the gunslinger because of heavy investment points you have to invest into dexterity, perception, as well as technology just to get the character build going. And I found out that this direction of with your gunslinger actually works best, since you don't really have to invest any points into gunsmithing at all while still being able to be an actual gunslinger. So from here, for the blessing, I do choose to get the Valerian's blessing for this character, just to get that bonus life and bonus mana, and you know, that, and bonus damage resistance as well as the magic resistance. And if you don't know how to get that buff, I'm gonna leave a link somewhere on the screen here. You can check it out to see how you can get the Valerian's buff, which is overpower buff. But anyhow, that's pretty much all I have for this particular build, and I hope you really did enjoy this video. And if you did, click that thumbs up, subscribe, click like, all of the above. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions, or you want to see any other type of builds, or just anything in general. Again, thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys in my next video.